Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. The trust issues black men will have. You know what, this is in response to a video by the master teacher BGS regarding, it was called Ray, Damon Young, Female Infidelity and Black Male Dignity. And he called it a rant, but you know, I thought I was calm doing a rant. Brother BGS is, he's very calm. But, yeah, check it out. I wanted to weigh in on it. Not so much on what he's doing, kind of just piggyback on what he was saying about the trust issues. Because, you know something, I'm going to tell you what. I remember back in the day, and a famous person, Michael Baisden, made his fame basically came on the book that he wrote, Never Satisfied, How and Why Men Cheat, right? And I remember back in the day when women, they were filling up hotel ballrooms to listen to this man talk about cheating men, right? And it's kind of interesting because women just focused on it. Now, I remember I had a tape of one of his shows, one of those seminars, right? And he was talking about how men cheat, but then he started wanting to talk about how women cheated, and they got real quiet. And I remember a joke he made. He said, "Oh, y'all lying. Y'all, shoot, I done cheated with half of y'all." And, you know, we made light of it then, but, you know, it was funny. Because I remember around that time, I had so many women who had boyfriends, maybe even a few had husbands, who were coming on to me, that I actually thought there was a conspiracy to get me killed. You know? And and that's something that's always stuck with me. Because a lot of times the focus is always what a man's doing, but it's a total deflection. Women never want to talk about how they are cheating. And, you know, the thing with cheating, it ain't so much the act of cheating, but it's the act of breaking trust. And, you know, and this is a big issue that many black women don't want to deal with. This is why many black men don't want to deal with black women. Because they have been on the other end of infidelity. They've been on the other end of cheating. They have heard the words, whether it was on a national stage, such as Maury, or in a doctor's office, "You are not the father." And I don't care what anybody says. That's the worst thing, because then the woman had to cheat, or she had to lie to tell some man he's the father, especially if this man is married, especially if it's within the marriage, and this shit happens. And men are going to have it. Now, I know some women are going to complain. Some sisters are going to deflect and say, well, white women do it too, or Asian women. But here's the problem. The black man really wants the black woman. He's going to look at that woman. You know, the imprint on his mind came from his mother. His first person was likely a black woman. So that shit's going to hurt more. He's going to take it more personal. You know, because a lot of sisters, when brothers bring up some criticism, like saying your mama black, well, shoot, that's what makes it harder on a black man. His mother was black. And this is a major issue coming up. It's a major issue that we don't talk about. Women don't like to talk about. You know, all I see is like justification. Like in the video that BGS did, he talked about that show Being Mary Jane, which I never got into. I never really got into it. But then, you know, the other one I did get into a little bit, believe it or not, it was really, I used to review the show just more for political reasons. I was insecure. And you still have women, black women, trying to justify Issa cheating on Lawrence. And you know what, that's in real life. That's what brothers face. You know, that's what brothers face. And see, that causes a trust issue. You know, when a woman cheats, now, see, it's funny, right? When a man cheats on a woman, you know, sisters, they want to jump on him. They like, oh, he's so evil, he's doing that, he's so bad, and they talking about him and everything. But then they don't want to talk about them cheating. You know, like I remember a few years ago when it was that big hoo-ha over black men going to Brazil and the Dominican Republic, right? And supposedly they were cheating on mates. Supposedly, to be honest, most of them who go don't even have a mate, so it's no problem. But it was a big deal. They were cheating. But then I remember one of those stories, and I think it was in a national magazine. You know, some woman who had a mate. It was like a sympathetic story about her going down to the islands and cheating with a man. And see, we see this. Black men see this all the goddamn time. And then the sisters wondering why the brothers are shouting SYSBM, save yourselves, black men, or don't want to deal with them. That's because the women that they had been dealing with, the black women they've been dealing with, she broke their trust. Or then when you get some stuff like BJS mentioned the thing with Damon Young, and as I said in a video that's going to come out tomorrow, I got something for it. Y'all find out in 2 years, right? But you know, every little attack that adds to it, every little thing that doesn't celebrate a black man from a black woman adds to it. You know, that's why a lot of brothers feel like, well, shoot, are these women on our side? You know, can I trust this woman? Is she going to put me down? Or is she going to lie to me about the paternity of our child? Or is she going to cheat on me with the, like, first time she comes across a Mr. Goodbar and then try to act like it's my problem? I mean, and this is a real issue. See, you know what? And I've said publicly, I don't like doing relationship seminars anymore. Because it was the same bullshit. It was the same bullshit. You know, women get up in there and, you know, as soon as it's focused on the men and what the men are doing, oh yeah, we screaming, but we'll say, well, so what about when y'all doing this, that, and the third? Or everybody want to get quiet. You know what? I had a commenter on one of my videos the other day was like, well, are you going to do it the other way? Or, you know, I think I was talking about something with women. They say, well, you going to have it balanced? No, fuck no, I ain't going to have it balanced. You know? And I know this is coming a little bit into a rant, but that trust thing, women don't seem to get it. Women don't seem to get it. Understand something. Let me go a little deep with y'all. When a man takes a woman as his woman, it's not so much it's not so much he's putting a ring on her finger or announcing to the world this is his woman. This man is bringing her into his boundary, his psychic boundary. And see, that's the thing women don't get. I don't care what the race, they don't understand about a man's boundary. If a woman is in a man's boundary, he will protect her. He will crawl through glass for her. He will kill for her. He will lay out bodies for her. He will commit any crimes he needs. If she's in his boundary, he will protect her with his life. But if she allows another man to violate that boundary, well, that does something to the man. That's why you get some dudes, they find out, shoot, they want to kill her and the other guy. You know, women don't get that. Women don't get that. And then, you know, you're on top of it, you always got all this stuff in the media and everything where, you know, the women are just saying, well, you ain't this, you ain't that. Well, hold up. If you get all this, why would these men want to mate with the women? Because, you know what, and BG has pointed this out, and this is a reality. These women out here still thirsty. Shoot, you go on some of these, and I'm about to do another video on that whole beard thing that's coming up anyway. But, you know, how's a man supposed to trust a group of women who's constantly putting them down in the media? Who's constantly saying he ain't shit? Who he don't know if this woman's going to be loyal to him. Where, you know, if she get pregnant, he got to wonder, is this his child? That's some real talk right there. See, women out, you know what? And this is a real issue that really needs to be discussed. It needs to be discussed by all these public people. It needs to be discussed by all these men out here who are caping for the ladies. You know, it's like, why we are this way. Why we don't want to be bothered. Why we going ghost. Why we dealing with a woman of another race. And yeah, I'm going to say it again. Yeah, I know. Shit, they do it too. But you know what? It hurts when someone who looks like your mother did it. Just keep that in mind. Yeah, and you know what? This ain't, you know what? This is kind of an impromptu podcast. Since I don't feel like showing my face for it anyway, right? But it's something for just folks to think about, you know? Because I'm going to tell you what. If you want a relationship with a person, if a woman wants a relationship with a man, it's better to have his trust. Like, loyalty is big for a man. If a woman really wants a man to fall in love with them, to cherish them, they got to trust them. But if we feeling like, hey, there's a whole group of women that don't trust us, we're going to roll. And that's any man, really. That's not even just a black man. That's any man. It's, you know, it's not an accident that so many white men are, especially in this country, are going overseas for wives. I mean, that's actually the most prevalent interracial couple is a white man and an Asian woman. So this ain't just us. So I want people to just think about what I'm saying. You know, just think about it. Anyway, like I said, this is more just a ramble. It was like impromptu, threw me off my schedule, but I had to just give my 2 cents about it. Anyway, y'all just think on this.